Hey, I'm Emma Garlett, and on today's episode of Paint It Black in Part 2, I'll be talking about why we can never call ourselves one and free without taking action for our First Nations people. Last week, I spoke about Australia's historical relationship with Aboriginal people. I encourage you to watch that before jumping in on this episode. Before we start, I'll be talking about some upsetting themes, like racism and historic criminal acts committed against Indigenous people. And there may be some imagery shown that could be upsetting to some viewers, so please take care while watching. Join me as I paint it black. We sing Australians all let us rejoice, for we are one and free. I argue that we are not one and free without the implementation of the Uluru Statement from the heart. Some First Nations people stand for the National Anthem, while others don't, maybe to take their power back, as an act of defiance, or even as a small means of protest. I hope for a future where the laws include Indigenous peoples, where we can have a voice on decisions which affect us. When that happens, we can all feel included and be proud to stand together for a national anthem. The good news is that the new Labor government brings a new chapter where these aspirations may become fruitful. It is a time of reckoning.
I believe this country is ready for this reform. I believe there is room in Australian hearts for the statement from the heart.
Prime Minister Anthony Albanese's promise to deliver the Uluru Statement from the heart sparks hope that Australia will evolve into a country where, as Midnight Oil put it, the beds will stop burning and where the government will finally pay the rent. Without the implementation of the Uluru Statement from the heart, we are not one and we are not free. The Uluru Statement of the heart includes voice, treaty and truth. Each element of the Uluru Statement of the heart is a means to combat racism. It is the way the government can mitigate the risk posed by the Eurocentric common law system and statute which excluded Indigenous interests in decisions which affected them. It is the ultimate act of reconciliation and a means to help First Nations peoples and promote self-determination. It will provide a means to make good the legal injustice and structural racism First Nations people have faced since the colonisation of Australia. We need to stop the transmission of racism across future generations. This is one way to try to do that. Change doesn't happen overnight, but if we continue to be brave and take action to reverse the damage caused, we can change history. That means supporting the voice to Parliament through a referendum.
We should consider asking our fellow Australians something as simple, but something as clear as this. Do you support an alteration to the Constitution that establishes an Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander voice?
Thankfully, society is realising that we are all human, and being born into a certain race shouldn't make you any less deserving of a voice. I invite you to come on this journey with me and explore how we can create a better future for all Australians together. Thanks for watching Paint It Black with me, Emma Garlett. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss an episode. Have a good one.